Welcome to Pat Pattison's Best of California. I'm in Camarillo and I get to go up in the air. This is incredible. I'm at the Commemorative Air Force Aviation Museum SoCal Wing. I'm Pat Pattison and I love California. So here in Camarillo, and we are at the Commemorative Air Force Museum. This place is unbelievable, and I'm nice enough to have Ron Fleischman here with us, one of the volunteers. All volunteer museum,
all
right,
volunteers.
Ron? Wow, and what you've created here. And I know primarily people come to see what's behind us. Tell me about these planes.
The silver airplane is a Navion. It's a, this is built by the North American people. Once upon a time there were a lot of people there, but now there is no more North American airplane company. So we've restored it to look like an airplane as an air base. It was based here.
I got you.
The marking on the tail is from the 414th Fighter Interceptor.
You said one of these
Yeah,
was in Tora?
Yeah, the green airplane behind us is a replica Kate. When they made Tora, there were no real Japanese airplanes. General MacArthur, when he took over Japan, he didn't want any crazy kamikazes to get in one of the airplanes and do something.
Yeah.
Well, he rendered it inoperative, and then he said destroy them all.
Oh, wow.
So the bad problem was when they made the movie, they needed a Japanese fleet to attack Pearl Harbor.
Wow.
So they took PT-19s and PT-17s and AT-6, old trainer airplanes,
right.
Flew them down to Long Beach, and there was a company that spliced them, cut them, and welded them all together.
Wow.
Voila, instant Japanese fleet.
Great. Well, Ron Fleischman, thank you so much for doing this work.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.
This is amazing. So, Commemorative Air Force Museum here in Camarillo. You got to check it out. I'm with Sean Broadhead. And Sean, what do you run here at the museum?
I run the cadet program, the Commemorative Air Force SoCal Wing cadet program.
And I was so excited to hear about that. So you're working with young people to do what?
Yes, we are, to educate them, inspire them, and to honor World War II and all veterans, but mostly to inspire these youth into aviation, either careers, private pilots, or manufacture or maintenance thereof.
So this could be the beginning of a job for them.
It very well could be. For example, last weekend, we talked about lift theory in aviation. And so all Bernoulli's equation and how the stem is behind it,
yeah,
the math behind
it's the Bernoulli's equation with the stems behind it. I mean, why would they need to learn that? I mean, all of us already
know that. Because if they're fixing to be a pilot or a mechanic, they need to know how an aircraft is going to lift. And then we took them over to a simulator and we modified the pressure density variables.
The pressure density variables, you gotta love this guy.
Hold off on the science. That's what we keep the high school guys sharp for. As a pilot, it's important to understand these things because
I am glad that the man that's taking me up in a plane knows all that stuff.
You are correct. You are correct. At our show, we had a World War II veteran sitting right there as part of the show.
Yeah.
He was here as a visitor, and I pointed out to him that this museum is about him.
Yeah.
And every veteran that's ever been a veteran for us.
Keep that memory alive.
We keep that going. Yeah. The easy part for me with the cadets program is the resources I have here.
Isn't that great?
I mean, I've got people. I literally have rocket scientists. I literally have pilots all over the place.
Aeronautics. Yeah.
I have people that have their own aircraft. I have people that built their own aircraft. I have people that have history that have forgotten more about some of the history than I'll ever know in my life.
There we go.
Some of our docents around here, and they know more about all these aircraft and everything about World War II.
And all volunteers.
Volunteers.
That's so wonderful. I'm here with Jack Luder, and Jack is the uniform expert. And a weird thing happened is he and I were talking, and we figured out we were both in a movie together. What was the movie?
Angels and Demons, directed by Ron Howard.
Hollywood brings us together.
Yes.
Because what's behind us? This is a tank display.
A tank from the Ronald Reagan Museum.
The Ronald Reagan Museum. Mr. Hollywood himself, who played a lot of officers.
And he was,
yeah. And Jack, you are in what uniform? What is this uniform?
This is basic working khakis for, well, God, it must be 95 in this place right now.
Right.
This would be the same as it was when this was the airport.
Yeah, what branch is this?
Air Force. This is Army Air Force.
Army Air Force. There we go.
This was an Air Force base during World War II.
Even more fun here at the museum. I'm with Steve Ryder, and we're going to go up in a plane. Tell me about this plane, Steve.
This is a Fairchild PT-19. It's a World War II trainer, and it's the primary trainer.
We're going to have fun today.
Yeah, we are going to have fun, but this is a nice, gentle airplane, and it's made to train someone that has no flying experience whatsoever.
Wow. What's your background as a pilot?
I'm a naval aviator.
Okay.
And so my first takeoffs and landings were in the Navy, and got over 200 carrier landings. And so I did a fleet tour, anti-submarine warfare, and a new Lockheed S-3 Viking at the time. And then flight instructor Pensacola for naval flight officers that would go in the F-14 or the A-6 or the S-3 like I flew.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service.
Sure.
Yeah, that's incredible. And is it my understanding the general public can come do this?
Oh, absolutely. And
oh my gosh.
this is a flying experience museum, you know.
Yeah,
So
people
that's
be a
exactly
part
what
of
it's
it.
for.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. That was the best. So that was exciting. Steve Ryder got me up and down. What an experience here at the CAF SoCal Museum. You got to check this place out. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Pat, for coming.
It was incredible. Check this place out. More to Camarillo than I could have imagined. Talk to you soon. Welcome to Pat Pattison's Best of California. Today, Santa Maria Valley. Liza and I are set on our ATVs. We're going to take off, show you a winery, show you an incredible family farm, incredible places to eat here in Santa Maria Valley. So let's put our helmets on and let's get going. I'm Pat Pattison, and I love California. I'm so excited. We're in Santa Maria Valley, and I'm here with Judy Polson and Ron Dewey, and they have this incredible family farm here that you can take a tour of, right? You can do appointment tours. And Ron, tell me how this got started.
Well, after I retired, we bought 20 acres of land just right up over the hill over there, and we planted lemons. That sounded like a good idea, except the first year they all froze, and we lost 1,000 trees. So we replanted, and then we bought another 20. And said, let's double up and catch up.
Yeah, that was really bad. Let's do it again.
Yeah, so now we have 40 acres of lemons. That's our cash crop, allegedly, but that's our cash crop. And then Judy wanted to do something else.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't good enough just to have 40 acres, 6,000 lemon trees.
We got it. We got to expand. I know you're both retired Navy. And Judy, what happened next?
Next is when we bought this acreage, I wanted a couple spots where we could do something different, and went to a couple of small farm conferences and discovered coffee and tea.
And I know what the big deal here is wine country. I love my coffee. So I'm looking forward to tasting all these different exciting things. So you ready to give us a tour?
You betcha.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's head out. So Judy, tell me where we're going now.
So we're going to go up and we're going to take a tour of where we grow coffee, our coffee plantation, and where we grow our tea plantation.
That sounds so cool. Coffee plantation.
I know. It's not easy to grow here, but it's fun to grow here.
Now, why is that?
Well,
it's
because
gotta be
it
hot
doesn't
and
like
dry.
the wind. It doesn't like to be cold. It doesn't
Everything that happens here.
everything that happens here, but I just loved the idea of growing coffee. We have 5 varieties of coffee. So they're all Arabica, which is the better species of coffee. So they're all Arabica.
So I've been saying that wrong all these years.
How do you say it?
I must have been, I think I'm saying Arabica.
Oh, I don't recognize that. You're saying that wrong.
Arabica. That's awesome.
Arabica.
So the Arabica, tell me about that.
So Arabica is the better species in coffee. It's known to be less acidic and a little sweeter. There's not as much production. The other one that people know about is called Robusta. And Robusta is the coffee you see in instant
Now, I
coffee.
always thought that was Robusta. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's like tomato. I could accept
Okay,
that.
that's great,
I could
great.
accept that one.
I see geisha over there. Now,
Geisha,
what's
yes.
what's the connection?
So
there?
geisha is spelled like the Japanese geisha girl.
Okay.
So for the spelling, people get confused as if that was from Japan. And it's really spelled Gesha from the Geisha Valley in Indonesia. So that's where it's from. It continues to be the most expensive coffee in the world. So we're pretty proud of this coffee. Yeah.
So tell me about, because I know nothing about growing coffee. So this is a coffee plant.
Yes.
So what? There's going to be beans on here
Yes,
somehow, right?
yes.
Tell me how the beans happen.
So this is a good example of the growth pattern and the life cycle of a coffee plant. So you start out with a bud, it becomes a flower that looks like a jasmine, and then a green bean will come like you see here, and then eventually this is a red cherry. So this is a fruit, and you know it's ready when you can just twist it and it comes off pretty easy.
So a lot like a fruit on a tree.
It is a lot like a fruit on a tree. And then you squeeze it, and there are your coffee beans.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's your
So
coffee
can I
beans.
eat one of those?
You can eat the cherry.
The cherry is what
The
I eat.
cherry is what you should eat.
So this?
These are too hard. Yes, the cherry. And the
Oh
geisha
my
cherries are
gosh.
really good. They're really
Oh my
sweet.
gosh, okay, we're good.
And then what I do is I throw the beans down
Oh my gosh.
because every once in a while I get a volunteer
You
that
get a
just starts growing
volunteer,
up, comes up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah. So, but first we got to settle one thing.
Yeah.
Is it Arabica or is it Arabica?
I call
Arabica.
I call it Arabica.
This is
Still
so.
can't get it right.
One of those.
This is so humiliating. This is so humiliating. Okay, but that's all something else. This is part of the tour. This is what this
yes.
is. So this is.
Every tour, we have 3 tours, and one of them is the coffee tasting.
Okay.
So every tour includes a tour of the coffee plantation, how we grow coffee, how we process coffee, the coffee tasting, and they take home fruit.
So Judy and Ron.
Yes.
First of all, I'm highly caffeinated.
Well, that's good. That was all right then.
That's good. That's good. So the next meal will be very quick. And thank you so much for mainly creating a family environment, having something that people can come to and enjoy farm life. I mean, you've created a little paradise here.
Thank you. We think we have. It's our little paradise. Yeah.
Ron and Judy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was wonderful.
So I'm excited. I'm at my place, and I get an incredible avocado toast. This is the Cowboy. It's got spinach, it's got cheese, it's got all sorts of incredible stuff, and I use a knife and fork. Don't use a knife and fork. Do this. I love that. Oso Flaco Lake, incredible hidden gem in the state park system. Oso Flaco meaning skinny bear. Casper de Portolo's guys came here, ate a skinny bear, and got very sick. The reason they got sick is the local Indians fed the bears tainted meat so that the bears would die and not compete for food. So it was a bit of a chain reaction. There's a causeway that goes out to the ocean and a walkway. We're going to go check it out and see where that ocean is. Come on. Little uneven sidewalk here, which is fun. Obviously, this is here to protect the dunes because they're very fragile. The snowy plover is protected here. It used to be that ATVs could run all over the place. They still can. They're still protected areas. We're going to check out an ATV, but this is all preserved like only the California state parks know how to do. We love the state parks. Wow, and this is the pre-dunes, which is just the part of the dunes before the ocean. Most of California had these dunes before they were developed. Amazing to come here and see what it used to be like. So we're getting fog, we're getting shade, we're getting sunshine. This is incredible. What an amazing natural resource we have here. And we are getting very close to the ocean. And I am fine. It's not a very far walk. Oh my gosh, look at that. The Pacific Ocean, my favorite. Pristine, beautiful dunes, level walkway all the way out, 1.5 miles, easy access. You gotta come up here, Santa Maria Valley. This is how the beachfront of California used to look before it got developed. And these dunes were everywhere. And this part has been preserved. It goes down quite a ways. Guadalupe to the south of us. You can see all of San Luis Bay. This is San Luis Bay going out to the point out there. Beautiful, beautiful. Santa Maria Valley, you gotta check this place out.
Hi, this is Liza with the Best of California. I'm here at Riverbench Winery with Grant Harmson. He is the tasting room director. Now tell me about that awesome job.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you guys. Thanks for coming by today. I get the privilege of sharing all the great wines that we craft here at Riverbench with our guests.
And what is one of your favorite wines, kind of the wine you push towards people that are coming out of the country?
Absolutely. So great question. We actually have a really unique variety in the vineyard called Pinot Meunier. And we were the first winery to plant that here in Santa Barbara County back in 2014. And so that's something I love to share with guests because you can't find it everywhere. In 1988, the decision was made to convert this section to Chardonnay. And so rather than rip up all of the vines and lose that nice established rootstock, the owners at that time came in and they did a process called head grafting. So they basically, yeah, not so great for people, but awesome for vines. And they just come in and kind of lopped the top parts off and then stuck in little baby Chardonnay vines. And then the two became one. And now we have this beautiful sort of old vine Chardonnay that produces some of our best still Chardonnay and also sparkling wines.
Now tell me a little bit about this wine.
Yeah, so here at Riverbench we produce a number of different wines, but I've pulled out 3 of our most popular today. Starting with what's in your glass. That's our One Palm Pinot. Far and away our best-selling wine, almost by a factor of 2 every year. All clone 667, but really fruit-forward, classic Santa Maria Valley style. Big cherry, a little bit of spice in there as well.
Now, tell me a little bit about this beautiful little bubbly lady over here.
Yeah, so I've got a little sparkling wine here for myself. This is a style of wine that we're really known for here at Riverbench. And we produce all of our sparkling wines in the same style as champagne, the traditional production method. This specific bottle is our Cork Jumper Cuvée. I like to call this our homage to champagne. It's an equal blend of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, which are the 3 main grapes used in Champagne, France. Cheers.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Looking forward to having you anytime. And to all of you watching, we look forward to seeing you at Riverbench soon. Cheers.
So when you're in Santa Maria Valley, you gotta try Shaw's Steakhouse. Incredible tri-tip Santa Maria style barbecue. They raise it up and down over the oak fire. Shaw's Steakhouse. Check it out when you're in Santa Maria Valley. Are you ready for a more creative and fulfilling second act? I know I was. So I wrote a book about it, Creative U-Turn, 9 Steps to Your New Creative Life and Career. It outlines my journey of leaving corporate America at age 55 to become a TV host, actor, and a senior model. It's an easy-to-follow plan that can get you where you want to go. Creative U-Turn. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Balboa Press, and other places. Or go to my website, patpattison.net, and sign up for our free monthly workshops based on the book. So join me. Make your creative U-turn now.
Order your book today and join Pat Pattison by registering at patpattison.net for his free monthly workshop.
What are you trying to get accomplished here?
Oh, just getting this off the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. Off the show. Well, that's good. Sit back here. Thank you. Don't worry, it's fine. It's just shh. Let this just. Grant just gave me this really unique idea, Dad. I guess you're here to stay.